was incredible.
I guess I didn't play the intro.
You played something much better than the intro. You left that stupid intro
That's
behind.
just the multiple saxophones lined up playing the intro.
Gosh.
Wow. That is deep. Let me say,
Deep.
I didn't hear you prepping that at all.
I know, nobody did. It was
And so when it
having a
came in, I
moment
was
over
like,
I
here.
know. I was like, when did he have time to do that?
Well, that's what Annie was like filming me and was like, why are you making that face? I'm like, oh, I'm just jamming out over here. Don't mind me.
Pretty incredible.
Well, welcome back to What the Podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm John.
And together we are
Ryan and John.
on the couch, as always, producer Cara and the lovely Annie Scoveman.
Bum, bum, bum.
I brought in a box today, a pretty ominous box.
We're starting right off. So
We're starting right off because I don't
it'll
want
get cold. Yeah, I got
you.
you.
Thank you. Good podcasting, John.
Yeah, man.
Death Wish Coffee, the world's strongest coffee. Are you on my camera?
I'm terrified a little bit.
You want to give it a little sip, John?
You go first. Really, I think you should.
Yeah. Can I just see your COVID test? You have a COVID test?
Yeah, I have my vaccination record, but I'm legally not supposed to allow you to show it.
So we read
And I
that in
will.
Are you
one.
getting- are you
in
getting
one,
this?
Yes, in 1 ounce of normal coffee. You can't even hear it.
I love Cara. She's
Can you turn the headphones up a little bit? I feel like I'm...
You can turn your
yours.
own.
Okay, well, you're right.
Is that better?
Oh, split the difference.
Split the difference. All right.
I'm kind of being podcast diva today.
What about that?
In a normal cup of coffee, in 1 fluid ounce, there's 14 to 16 milligrams of caffeine. In this one, in 1 ounce is 54.
So it's like 5 cups of coffee or something?
In 1 ounce.
Ooh.
How many ounces is that?
Wait,
8.
in 8 ounces. Yeah, so...
8 times 54. 8
But it
times
would
50
also be
is
8
400.
times...
400.
Would you say 10 or 15?
I think.
So it's like a Red Bull, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And let the record reflect, we drank 4 of those on the 25-hour live stream, so we can handle it.
Not
it's
good.
Not, it's not bad. Just
Is it hot? I'm a little
warm.
sensitive.
No,
to
it's warm.
temperatures. Thank you. Wow.
episode
So that one-
45.
that one
John
cup
is
of coffee-
sensitive to temperatures.
That 1 cup of coffee is as much
like
caffeine you should have in 1 day.
What do you think?
I mean, it kind of just
You wanna
tastes
try
like a bad Keurig cup.
Ugh.
Well, don't let me sway your...
Well, I think like any
views on
coffee, in my opinion, and then again, we've had this
Don't do
conversation.
it.
I'm terrible.
Go on, Annie.
I'm
Go
terrible
on,
at quality.
Uh-huh.
So like, it's hard to gauge. But I feel like it's just like any other bad cup of coffee. Like if you add creamer, it probably would be fine. Right?
Sure.
I mean, you're drinking it for the caffeine. It's intense though. It is.
I'll tell you what, I would if I wanted to just
Nah, I'm
drink
not gonna
one
try
cup.
it.
Come on,
Cara,
Cara.
I'm gonna stick with my
come on.
Cara.
Okay, well, we're just taking one sip.
Winnie Hut Jr. over here. Come on.
Whoa, double down.
Got her.
Oh, it smells burnt.
Drink it,
Just
drink
smells
it,
burnt.
drink it. I know, that's what I'm saying. It's dark roast, so... It's like you just took
That's what it tastes
5
like.
sips of coffee.
Yeah, it tastes like you just
Yeah,
have.
it's like the aftertaste is really what it tastes like. You know what I'm saying?
You can. It
Burnt.
almost feels like the caffeine is coating your tongue. Like
Ugh, God.
Ooh.
It's
feel it?
already
You guys
taking
feel
effect.
No.
Feel ya?
I like my 2 shots of blonde. Thank you very much.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
a little intense.
Well,
It was. I mean, hey, not
not
bad.
as bad.
When
yeah.
did you start drinking coffee, John?
It's a good question. Probably in high school, like definitely in high school, but I don't have any memories of junior high or anything like that. I think probably-
Frappuccinos?
well, those don't have any coffee in them, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, well then
Frappuccinos? I mean,
Yeah,
probably
barely.
once in a while before high school, but I started consistently
like a sugar,
drinking in high school.
It's like a milkshake more so.
It feels
It's
like
like anything that's coffee based. So like caramel frap, Java chip, white mo. They all have coffee in it.
Yeah, but it's not a
only
lot.
only technically, right?
how much do you put in a frappuccino?
not
I
like
mean,
a
You
shot,
work there.
right?
How much coffee do you put
Well,
in
it's called frap roast. So
So-
it's liquid form of coffee.
Blech.
It smells like soy sauce. We
there?
always
As
think
opposed to what?
liquid
as
form of coffee.
opposed to like making the
Grinding
espresso,
coffee.
grinding it.
Oh.
It's just liquid already.
Ew.
So, like cold brew, like you get at the store.
It's
kinda
pretty
thing?
much like condensed cold
Coffee.
brew.
So it's not real coffee, is what you're
no,
saying?
it is.
Bro, it's like worse than
But it's like
real coffee.
slightly
More or
goo
less.
coffee.
I'm having a hard time gauging on where it lands on the coffee spectrum.
It's
How
okay. The
does
way
it
that we
come
make
in a
it,
vial?
no, it comes powder form, and we have to make it with like 1 part that, 4 parts water.
Okay, so it's not liquid form, then it comes
Well, we make it.
in powder form, and then you turn it into liquid
And then
form.
we pump
Like
it
Much
in.
like-
coffee.
Is it cocaine?
Instant
Just
coffee.
be honest.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
cool.
soy sauce.
I know. I feel like you're holding out. Did you sign like an NDA?
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
like, I can neither confirm or
Yeah.
deny.
Very
Well,
sus.
I'm gonna keep drinking those. I think.
I know you will. I know you will.
It's not good. I don't know why.
I know. I gotta.
When did you start drinking coffee, Ryan?
I think same time.
Yeah.
Hey, we got a podcast
Junior
from
year.
the house. Appreciate
Whoa, way to bring it back around.
Gosh.
I think the first thing I had at Starbucks was a chai latte, and
yeah.
that throws you in because you're like, oh, this is sugar milk. I
What
love
was your
it.
biggest?
Another one.
Like, I know now you're kind of like a variety coffee drinker. Like, I feel like I kind of see you drink everything. But was there
Sure.
ever a phase where you drank like one thing for like say a year or whatever? What was your longest stretch of favorite coffee drink?
Yeah, now it's kind of like it depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah,
But for a long time, it was like just, I mean, I guess like from a chai latte, I went to like a caramel macchiato kind of situation. You know,
Yeah.
You're a
Iced or
junior
hot?
in high school. You're like, I don't know, like give me something sweet.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But then I guess in college, I started just like making my own coffee.
Yeah, black
And then-
coffee.
Black coffee.
Blech.
Yeah,
Tell you what,
I had the caramel
Change your life.
macchiato for like probably 3 years after high school. Like
It's
all
just
I had.
it's a good staple.
All I had.
It's
and then
not
it was
too
like,
sweet.
It was a lot. I mean, I had a lot of them. I'm probably would be scared to know the exact number. I remember like days I'd have 2 or 3.
Oh,
Like,
gosh.
I'd have one before work. I'd have one at lunch, and then like it was a lot.
They honestly aren't that bad for you.
Oh, that's good.
They're really not that
What
bad.
Well, that's how I learned I'm like kind of like I'm not lactose intolerant, but like milk doesn't like go well with my body kind of thing.
That's how
You
I
know what I'm
found
saying?
out that I'm lactose intolerant was
I had
Starbucks drinks.
3 in one day, and I had a pain in my stomach that I thought I thought I was gonna have to leave work. I was like doubled over, like literally dying.
Well, that could be espresso too.
It was probably a mix of both, but then I was like, I need to probably back off of this whole thing, you know? You thought I would build up like a tolerance of some sort,
No.
but no, it got worse for me.
I hope that when we die, listen,
Love it.
hear me out.
Love.
That your
Well, because
intolerances
you said
don't
I
follow
wonder
you.
how many. No. You said I wonder
There's
how
like a
many
stats?
frappuccinos. I hope that there's stats when you get to heaven,
Oh my
or hell,
gosh,
wherever
to
you're
be
going,
like-
Wherever, hey, I love that
wherever
correction.
you go.
Thank you.
wherever one might go. I hope that when they die, there are
They
stats.
send you like a flash drive,
What
and you
would
can just
be-
kind of.
what
How
would
many
be your,
times did I
like-
go to the bathroom?
Yeah. What would be your
How many
craziest
times?
stats? You think?
How many hours did I sleep?
Ooh, that
Totally.
would kind of freak me out. I guess we're in
But
heaven
then
or hell,
how?
it doesn't
So
really
how
matter, but
detailed does
kinda
it go?
freak me
How
out.
many awkward conversations did I have?
Uh,
How many?
That's,
Yeah.
that's
How many
what
times did I
depends
fart in public?
If you,
How
That's
many?
funny.
You know, like, what would your stats be?
Also, I
I-
love that there's something or somewhere like recording all of that.
Click a ticker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody going like, oh, here we go.
See,
Yeah.
maybe I'm morbid, but I'd be like, how many times did I almost die and not even know it?
Oh,
Or like, was I
totally.
like
Brush with death.
moments from death and I had no
obsessed
idea and
with
I just
death
kept
over here.
floating
well,
on?
isn't that if you think about that, it's like every time you eat, you could choke and die. Every time you
Totally.
drink,
Dang, way to
every
send
time
me
you go
down a
swimming.
spiral,
Yeah.
Cara.
I don't know.
So
Hey.
when you're eating Dave's hot chicken later, know
Oh,
that you
gosh.
could die at any moment.
How many times did people talk about you when you weren't there?
Ooh,
See that to me would I hope there's stats that are beneficial. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think you
What's
get them all.
beneficial?
I
You
think
get
you
them
get
all.
a
You get a-
big
you get a
old
book and it says
CVS
here
Well, that
Right.
is
receipt.
beneficial, but I mean positive is really what I
Yeah.
meant. Like I don't want to know the negative stats of like how many times people
How
talk
much
behind
you
my
spent?
back. It's like
How much you spent on
how much
like
money
dumb
have you
things?
spent all over?
Oh, yes.
How much money did you
collectively, how much
spend
money
your whole life?
Did you spend all
Doesn't
together in
that
your
kind of
life?
freak you out a little bit?
Nah,
It's
because you're already
millions.
dead.
It's what's
Nah.
crazy is it
Nah.
is probably millions. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
at
sure.
least,
Yes.
right? I mean,
Well, I
Yep.
think about it even when I get my paycheck and then the next paycheck rolls around and I'm like, where did all
How
that
do
Yes.
money go?
Yeah, where
Yeah.
did money go?
And then
when I
think-
do my taxes, I'm like, I made how much
Yep.
last
You're
year?
And how much do I
Where
have?
did it
like
all
I was
go?
collectively poor the whole time.
Yeah.
So where did it go?
I was
Yeah.
bored the whole time.
The whole time.
It's pretty funny.
I did. I mean, I similar to that. Like, I just went through and got rid of a lot of subscriptions that I didn't realize I had.
Ooh,
Because
yeah.
like, that's probably something that I could find out that I don't want to know is how much I'm paying on a monthly basis, just between all the little things.
Sure.
You know? Like
Yeah.
I pay for Microsoft.
That is
and
something
all
you
that
can
stuff.
track, by the way. It's
It
called
is,
it's
but I
called
don't
the
want to
budget.
know.
Okay,
I don't
you
want to know.
Okay,
I
That's fair.
canceled 2 of them, so that's kind of a win, right? I don't know. Maybe
Sure.
not.
What were they?
It was Restream, which is the program we use for Neighborhood Watch, where you could stream to multiple things.
That's dead in the ground. So who cares?
Not dead in the ground, but we just have other options now, is all. And then the other one was Flow Code. It was that one that those little QR codes that I made that was
Yeah.
circular. You know, it was a subscription. It was like $6 a month, but I was like, we don't need it. We'll never use it. And I cancel it. And they refunded me, which is kind of cool.
But if you would like to sponsor this podcast, reach out. We'll subscribe
really
again.
quick, head on
Reach
down
out.
to
Please.
poddex.com.
Here we go.
Yes.
Use the code WTP.
There
Get
you
10% off your order. And what's crazy about Poddex is when you buy something and use our code, some of that gets kicked back to us.
Wow, crazy.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
Hey guys, what are you struggling with this week?
Whoa.
That's deep.
Oh.
Well, big or small struggle.
Yeah. That's what we need on a little sound effect.
Ooh, that one's probably close
Yep.
to the original.
Wah, 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 wah. That was that one. Ew.
Pretty good.
It sounds like those like accordions or that little piano you play when you like blow into
The
it. and
melodica.
you're like,
I think I have one of those on here.
Yeah,
Of course.
you
he
have
does.
one in real life.
Of course he
Who
does.
wants to go first on weekly struggle?
You got one, John.
No, how do you assume that I have one?
I have one,
Go ahead.
Ooh,
and it's very
Kara's-
first world problem.
Go ahead.
Oh, love it.
Mine's fully
So-
first world, so go ahead.
The bachelorette parties this weekend.
Yeah.
It's in
Okay.
Vegas.
Okay.
And looked at the weather, and the low is 61
Woo! Chilly.
at night, and I don't have any jackets.
What's the
So
high?
I have been
Wait,
trying to find
you
white.
don't have-
white.
Oh, you need a white
I've been
jacket.
trying to find a freaking
Listen.
I have a
white
white hoodie
jean
if you want
jacket
it. Oh, okay.
in the last 2 days.
Bride problems, you know.
And white shoes.
Yeah.
Like white,
shoes
cute,
are hard.
like chunky, like heels.
Chunky
Ooh,
heels.
I don't have any.
Target.
Need some chunky
Hey, you know what?
heels.
That's a struggle.
Yeah.
light
Don't have no
cream,
shame.
but-
That's a light struggle.
So yeah, that's my struggle right now. I've literally been to like all the Marshalls, all the Rosses. I've been to Macy's like 5 times.
Yeah.
Nordstrom. I can't find anything.
Check Target, especially for the heels or the shoes, like little booties.
Yeah, we'll go to Target after this. We won't, but
Don't
let's say we will.
don't tempt me with a
Okay.
good time like that.
Okay.
Target.
Well, yeah, I guess we won't.
Just kidding.
You know what? We'll go to Target.
You know what? We'll go to Target.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ryan's already been to
Hang
Target
out.
today. Ryan already had his Target filled
Hence
today.
the
That is what I would like to know when I
Death Wish
die.
coffee.
How many times
How
you went
many
to
times
Target?
I went to Target?
Or how many times you went to Target and bought something?
A sad amount, honestly.
My
lot.
record for a day was I went to Target 5 times.
No.
Why?
5 individual
separate
times in a
for
day.
separate things, and you didn't foresee that happening.
And I went to 3 different Targets. It was like a
You were
hunting
looking
for
for
I've done
something.
that.
Yeah,
I've
there
done
you go.
that.
But then I like finally found it and went home and I was like,
Oh,
I went to
crap, I
Target
need
5
detergent.
different times.
When we were living in LA, Target was such a luxury because it was like, this is our like one time in a couple weeks we get to go to Target because it wasn't just so far away, but LA time,
yeah.
it was far away.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it a luxury. I mean, it was.
Oh, it is.
It was an
It took
event
so-
for sure.
it was
Look,
an event.
When I was living in Hawaii, it was
an
the same
event,
way.
but
I
I
went to
don't know if
Target
I'd
and it
call
was
it
a
a
big
luxury.
moment.
Yep. Well, especially on Hawaii, it's always like you'll have like a Walmart
Yeah.
and then like another little grocery store, and then
That's
there's like
it.
no Targets.
Yeah.
Target is on Kauai now. They started building one.
Good.
Wow.
Maui, proud home moment. Not that it's necessarily my home. It was my
Go
home
ahead.
at one point. Is getting Hawaii's first Chick-fil-A.
Whoa, that's cool.
Oh,
They were gonna
Wow.
put it in Oahu, and for whatever reason, they changed it. Put it in Maui. They did take away our Dairy Queen. I was bitter about that,
Oh.
but whatever. I'll forgive them for this.
That's
Dairy
a low
Queen.
low.
You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
okay.
But-
Struggle.
Do you guys know Texas Roadhouse is like all over the country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, you thought it was.
Yep. Oh, okay. Here's a struggle that I've
Go
had
ahead.
this week.
Oh, go ahead.
This is going to be kind of on topic, but kind of not. Do you remember last week we were all hanging out? We were talking about whatever. Who cares? And I was like, oh yeah, this one time we rode our bikes to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we rode them all the way from Ocean Beach,
And
like
we were
up
like, wow,
the hill
that's
to
a
Claremont.
lot.
Yeah, that never happened.
You just fabricated that.
I have a clear memory of something that never happened.
Well, when you told the story, it felt like a far distance.
It did.
And you
And
know
Tanya
what?
and Noah would never allow that, even as a family.
And it's crazy because I went to the DMV, which is in Claremont, and then I was driving home and I thought about it and I was like, yeah, like, wow, this is a long drive. This
Kinda far.
I can't believe we did that. I called my mom. I was like, hey, this happened, right? She's like, no. What are
Never.
you talking about? She's like, wait, when did you do that? Recently? And I was like, no, like when we were in high school. She's like, no.
It was a dream.
No,
It had to be a
never
dream.
happened.
I have been racking my brain about it because I have this clear memory of like riding my bike in my school uniform in the morning, but I guess it never happened.
Listen,
It's okay, buddy.
that's a thing. But I remember my mom always telling me some story about my eldest cousin.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, yeah, and I was living with grandma and grandpa, and I was like, I thought you had moved out by the time Scott was born. And I broke my mother with that one question. She was like, I had.
You're like,
What? But and it was like that same exact thing. She goes, I have this very clear memory, and there's just no way it was possible.
wow. Literally the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Really?
So
Can you believe that?
That's been your struggle this week.
That was my
I
struggle.
fully believed you, but
Well, then you start questioning your whole life and every memory. You're like, is any of it real?
what's real? What's not real?
And now I'm like, okay, did anything happen? Like,
Anything?
did any of this happen?
Did I even own a bike when I was a kid?
Did I even?
Do I know how
I
to
don't even
ride
know how to
a
ride
bike?
a bike.
It's pretty good.
That's been my struggle. I don't know. Whatever.
My struggle has been like sleep. I was telling Annie
yeah.
a little bit about this
Oh,
before.
yeah.
I can agree with that.
Cannot for the life of me like figure out sleep this week, like at all. I stayed up too late one night, and then I took a 2-hour nap after work, and then I did the same thing, and I've been like in this cycle. And one time I woke up at 3 a.m. and like
The witching hour.
had this very clear like nightmare / like dream. I guess it wasn't like scary necessarily, but it was just really weird, and I was like processing it in my bed, like
Do you
thinking
have
about it.
sleep paralysis? Did you ever get that?
No, but you know what? Can I tell you? We watched The Conjuring last week,
We
Yeah.
did.
and I've been not, it hasn't been like scaring me, but I've been rethinking about this one scene and how beautiful it is, and I was like, I wanted to see if you guys had the same experience. You remember the scene where she's like. By the way, this is spoiler alert if you haven't seen The Conjuring,
Spoilers
but
for
it's
a
been out for like
10-year-old
It's
movie.
like old, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah.
But the scene where the sister's standing in the corner by the door, and there's like the door's cracked and it's like dark, and the other girl's like,
It's behind
"It's behind you," and
It's
she's like
behind-
having this like.
There's
First of all,
someone
the
standing
acting
there.
I thought was great by the little girl.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
And so I've been having like, I haven't been reliving that necessarily, but I've been.
Do you get images stuck in your head though? Because
Yes.
I fully get that.
We're the same. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, I've been like thinking about that. And again, it's not in a scary way. I've just been thinking like, wow, that scene is so cool. Like I thought the actress did a great
and
job.
It's
and all
so powerful because that is like the scariest thing about that, right? Is like we don't even see what is there in
But
the
she
movie,
does.
but she sees it,
And
and
the
her
way she
conviction
conveys it, yeah.
Yes, and it's just like this dark corner which everybody has in their house, a dark corner, and it's like, oh my god, there's somebody standing.
Well, and every kid has gone through that, right? Where like
Terrifying.
you think you see something in the corner and you're freaking out, and your parents are like, "Nothing's there. What are you talking about?" And you're like,
Like,
"Oh,
But it's there.
Yeah, and it all got kicked off by this really kind of like, again, it wasn't like scary, but it's just like a really weird dream. And I know we've done dream analysis
Yes.
by you before. Maybe we can do it later.
I'm
I
ready
don't
for
know.
it.
Do you want me to explain? We'll wait till this bit is over,
do.
and then we'll
Yeah, we'll wrap up this
But
stupid
yeah, I've been
thing,
having
and then
I've had a really hard time sleeping, and like I feel like I'm pulling my hair out trying to figure it out. Mainly, it's due to the temperature in my room. My room is just like extremely unbearably hot. And
Gotta crack that window open, pal.
I was telling Annie, I've done it all. Like I had the tower fan running the whole time, the windows open, and I still wake up like when I say that I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm fully drenched, like
In sweat.
It feels like somebody dumped like a pitcher of water all over, like everywhere, like my pillow, my bed, and so it's just like I'm trying to figure that out. But yeah, it sucks because like sleep controls your mood and
Yep.
everything during your day, and so at work I've been feeling like a little bit like short tempered and
Yeah.
the whole thing, but. Yeah, I'm getting through it.
Interesting.
Figuring
That's a
it out.
struggle. I had to
Yeah.
take a Benadryl last night. I've been like having a hard time falling asleep. Once I'm asleep, I'm like
He did.
sleep like a rock.
And then he apologized because he said, I'm going to snore. And he did.
nice.
That's no big deal though. How bad is it? How bad is the snoring?
It depends.
I also
ahead.
can
Go
I tell
ahead.
you too?
Expose me.
Oh yeah, no, I don't want you to.
Ryan's
Expose.
new struggle this week."
So
I snore too for the
After-
record.
No, I don't have a problem.
I'm
with
probably
it.
worse than Ryan. for
I'm
the record.
asleep.
That's her.
Yeah, I guess so.
after Ryan drinks, he will always snore.
That's
always.
that's
But
really
that
rare.
is like
so.
sleep.
that's like deep snoring.
Yeah.
Benadryl snore
remember
is
the
something
last
that
time I
I've
had a
never
drink.
heard before. Benadryl snore was more like kind of like calm and like a steady snore.
Yeah.
Where like alcohol snore is like
Aggressive.
yeah, it scares me.
Well, and that's can I tell you too that I think
I
that
have sleep apnea.
I think that's also affecting my sleep a little bit because as maybe some people know, we're going to your bachelor party this
That's right.
weekend, and we mentioned it earlier.
Do you have travel anxieties?
And a little bit because I know I'm going to be sharing a space with somebody,
Yeah.
and I know that I snore. I don't know that I snore like terribly, so I get like kind of a little bit of anxiety thinking that I'll have to share a sleeping space with somebody, and that I'll maybe won't be. But I'm gonna try and bring some stuff to remedy
You don't
some of
snore
that.
that bad.
Oh really? Oh yeah. You guys have heard me snore. It's pretty rough.
Through
isn't
the
it?
wall. Through the wall. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
No.
What would you
What's,
say? Is it bad?
What's
No,
what's
'cause
going
he's
on
always
here? What do you
asleep.
guys,
No, when I remember when we
she
went to
heard
do
you,
the Colorado
she heard you
thing.
snore.
Sleepover.
Okay.
Also, this
Back
week,
off.
Colorado?
when you and
We didn't
Trevor,
sleep in
when you and
Colorado.
Trevor
No, we
stayed
slept
over.
at your house the night before Colorado, and
This
also when
week.
this last weekend.
Kind of
when-
interesting.
Okay, I'm not even
Anyways.
going to entertain that. Go
Oh,
ahead.
Go,
Annie, did you know that
Struggles.
John and
No.
Cara dated one time?
It's Ryan's
Struggles.
favorite fact.
And picture.
Respectfully, you know what I'm going to say. So
You know what's so fun about that whole thing?
go ahead.
That-
Please make it fun.
That is a situation that can be talked about when I'm not here.
That's true. Well, yeah,
I like
that's
to
true.
do that whenever John and Jordan, they'll get in like a little
Dang.
tiff and they go, right, Annie? And one of them will go, right. And I go, you know,
It's
what's
always
so-
Jordan, by the way.
Actually-
I would never bring Annie
Actually,
into it.
oh really?
I typically
Annie,
don't.
is that true?
I,
How often do I bring it into? It's usually Jordan that goes, back me up, Annie. It's a
Listen.
joke, too, also.
listen, John. It's not the space.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Annie, what's your struggle this week?
I think it's just like a weird. It's a weird life. For me, it's
I
like
feel
a
ya.
weird. It's a weird like spot in life, you know, where like you're working full time, you have like an actual job, but like I'm on the cusp of. I took a year off when I lived in Hawaii, so I'm on like the cusp of finishing my bachelor's of science, and so it's like a couple more months until that's done. It's just like that weird transition.
The in-between year.
Yeah,
Yep.
where it's like you feel, you know, like you're an adult, but you don't really feel like an adult. But then you also are like, man, I just wish I was 30. But then you're also like, oh, God, don't let me age another day.
I was going to say, I think you're the only one that wishes they were 30,
There's just
relatively
there's
speaking.
moments where I'm like, oh, I just fast forward. Just
I feel.
yeah, it's like the moments where you're like, man, I need to set up my retirement and my Roth IRA and all that stuff. And at the same time, I'm like,
I'm like,
Did
man,
I
I'll
eat
get a
lunch
cheeseburger.
today?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Did I eat lunch
Oh,
today?
the other
I'm
day,
like, how am I so poor?
the other day I had a 5-year-old meal. I had bagel bites and instant
Mac and cheese, yeah.
Now, tell
That
me why I thought that
is-
she meant like one of those survival meals.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
like
Oh, an MRE.
Oh.
yeah, that's just like last 5 years.
Got a couple of those in my house.
And a
Freeze dried.
5-year-old meal.
Yeah.
like,
Yum. It's
like-
aged.
Huh, Cara, that's
Yum.
interesting.
Oh, I was gonna when we were talking about Conjuring. I heard this on bringing it back on the radio. The house from The Conjuring is for sale. It's in Maine
From the
Let's do it.
movie or from like the true story?
movie.
from the movie.
Based on a
Oh,
true
good,
story.
good, good.
Oh,
So from the movie,
who cares?
Probably a beautiful
but
house.
but the people who have been taking care of it,
Died mysteriously.
no, there has
Killed
there
each
has been
other.
occurrences in that house
Yeah,
that they
yeah.
have reported,
No.
and it's selling for 1.2 million in Maine. So that's a
That's-
lot of money
That's a
for
lot
a
of
house.
Maine, yeah.
It's
Honestly.
it's a house that has 14 bedrooms. We don't see that in the
What?
movie. It has 14 bedrooms.
It looks huge from the
And
outside.
there's 14 ghosts that live there. Isn't that crazy?
One for
They
every
all have their own
bedroom.
room.
One for
What
every
an odd-
bedroom.
what an odd
Somebody
little
got
ghost
killed in
hotel.
every single
Yes.
bedroom.
Exciting. Ooh.
So- Little fact.
All right, John, I'm ready. Oh, did you say your struggle, Sarah?
Yeah, she started.
Yes.
Yes.
White jacket.
White
Oh,
clothes
yeah, yeah, yeah.
shopping.
I love the long ass.
John, I'm ready to hear about your dream.
Okay.
Ooh.
Wait, you want to do
Yeah,
the
you
theme
need a
music?
little-
Yeah.
What's the thing I do?
I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, yeah.
John's dreams. What does it mean? What does it mean?
It's pretty exact.
It was like something like that,
That's
right?
pretty exact, yeah.
What does it mean?
A lot of whisper stuff on this
Yeah,
Yep.
show.
well,
Every theme music has a
what the
whisper.
whisper cast.
With the whisper cast.
What the whisper?
Okay, so this has to do. It's the setting is my house,
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes if that's all right.
and
with you.
that's okay. Go ahead.
Let's relive it.
And so we're like, and it's I want to say like the people that were with me. It's a little bit blurry, but I want to say like you were there, and like my sister was there, and it was kind of like lip sync, but we were doing something in the front yard, so in the cul-de-sac of my house. If you were into my house, you know the little cul-de-sac.
Yes.
And we were like kind of practicing for this thing we were doing. It was like lip sync, but it definitely wasn't lip sync, and it was some sort of production. So it was in a couple of days, and we were kind of doing practices every night, right? And one night, my neighbor, which I'll keep the location of my neighbor protected
That's good call.
since this is going on the internet.
That's fine.
My neighbor who kind of regularly has issue with our loud party that happens once a year,
Okay.
lip sync. So and this is in real life. She genuinely does have some trouble with like in lip sync in the past and
That's
has like
fine.
texted us or whatever.
It's her prerogative.
She comes out of her house, and again, this is in the front yard, so we're all, it's totally like, public area. She comes out and she's like, "Are you guys going to be doing this every night?" and she's like, "Because I'm just worried for you guys." Like she was trying to play it off like, "I'm just worried about you. Like it's not about me. It's not about the sound. It's
Yeah.
like I'm worried about you guys, like, getting a cold or something like that." And I immediately was like, "You're not worried about us." And she's like, "No, I am." I was like, "No, you're not." I was like, "You're not." I was like, "You're worried about the sound." And I was like, "And that's fine." I was like, "But you're not worried about us. So don't play it like that." And she like starts getting really frustrated, like, because I keep shutting her down. And then Beth and I like walk in through the garage, and she starts, I just like clear as day. Again, she's still outside. I can hear her like screaming bloody murder.
Wow.
And she runs into my front door, and then she's like running up to us, just like flailing her arms, screaming like kind of like an insane person. And we were like, didn't know what like to do, like how to react. And so then like, I think my parents come in and are like, "You need to leave." And then she's like acting all crazy, just saying crazy stuff. And I'm like, what the heck? So then she leaves. And then I have a series of like, nights. And the production's over. It happened. It's no big deal. And I have like a series of nights where she's like standing out by the edge of my driveway, just staring through my window. And then there's also like nights where she's like walking through the backyard. And it's like one of those things where like, it's hard to prove. Like we call the cops, but like by the time the cops get there, she's like gone, and it's like our word against hers kind of thing. So there's nothing like that we can do about it. But then it like escalates and gets worse and worse and worse. So like one time she's like standing in the corner of my room, kind of like that scene in The Conjuring. And I'm like, "What the heck are you doing here?" Like, and she just like will run away. And it's like this really weird thing. So it all surrounds this neighbor. And I was like, it's kind of an interesting take on a scary movie, right? Because it's like, it's not definitely not paranormal necessarily, but
Okay.
she just
You're
keeps
really
like
committed to
bothering
that
us.
eyes closed.
I fully envision the whole thing.
Yeah, so
and
that's it.
I'm ready to tell you what
Go
it
ahead.
means.
And that's pretty much it.
First, I have a couple questions for you. When you were a kid,
Yeah.
First of all, you were born in this house, right?
I was
Yes,
here,
lived in this house.
In the
space.
studio space.
I was
If
2
you
years
pull up
old
the
when we
carpet,
moved in.
there's a stain.
Okay, so you
I've been here.
spent your whole childhood here in the
Yes.
house.
Yeah.
So that obviously is kind of just like laying the groundwork of like you're out front with Beth, like you're just kind of like doing your own thing, living your life, and the show is not just the show. Obviously, the show
What's the
represents
deeper meaning?
what you want to accomplish in your life.
Whoa. Deep.
Now, maybe not everything, because I feel like Jordan would be there.
Yeah.
But it's like generally speaking, like your career as a entertainer,
Okay.
as a
All right.
producer, as a
Thank
Albright
you.
Entertainment.
Appreciate that.
As
And
a Albright.
your neighbor is not just your neighbor. Obviously, your neighbor is like I can't decide if it's like internal stressors or like external, things getting at like keeping you from achieving your goals, or if it's just like your own like envisioning the haters, basically. Like,
Yeah, I saw
feel
it
like
as
embodied kind
your
of thing.
embodiment of your fear of people pleasing.
because it's not even about your
It's like people
neighbor,
not liking
because
you.
your neighbor is maybe passive aggressive, but what you've created in your mind is like, oh, this neighbor like bursts into the house and like is in the backyard and like will do anything to stop you from putting on this show,
Yeah.
even beyond
What
the
if
show.
You just really hate this neighbor.
Probably a little bit about
And you know
I
what?
think that's
I'm
part
the-
of it, but I don't think it's about the neighbor.
I think that's why the
necessarily.
neighbor was chosen for my dream,
Yes.
is because
I
I
think
don't
so, too.
like that
I think
person.
so, too.
But
The way I envisioned it was like that scene from The Visit, where
Never
the
seen it.
like.
No.
so rough.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna spill.
Yep, do
This
it.
was in the trailer, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like weird. But they like tell him stay inside or like stay in your rooms at night. Don't come out no matter what. And then of course the kids go out. 'cause
They don't
they're
care,
Like,
yeah.
What are you talking about, you old
We're
man?
kids, we're
and
adults.
it's like this old
not
lady
kids.
who's like their grandma scratching at the walls, and it's just
Yeah.
like really creepy movement.
Yeah.
And that's what I imagine
That's
when you're talking
exactly
about it.
what it
Like that
was.
kind of energy of like
That's the energy of the neighbor I was
neighbor,
telling you.
yeah.
Yeah. It was very like weird and like and like it felt like paranormal, but I knew it wasn't like anything specifically paranormal.
Did you watch anything specific before bed?
The Conjuring every night. He's
No,
rewatched
yeah,
that
every
one
night I watch
scene.
He just
Conjuring.
watches
That
that
one
scene
scene.
on YouTube every time.
No, I
He
didn't watch
cries at
anything
how beautiful it
scary.
is.
I think it was just maybe like I don't know, like a piece of The Conjuring we watched last week, and that dragged over into like I don't know
This week.
Yeah,
I think
it was very
Beth
vivid.
may
though.
have a significance in the dream too. I'm not sure why, but the fact that she's there with you. Now, like I said, it could just be like, oh, you guys were like, tight in childhood. Like it was just like what your brain put on. But maybe
And I
maybe
think
you should call her.
Well, wait, hold on. I'm just kidding. No, I think also I think it's because it was the production stuff. Like early on in like the lip sync stuff, Beth was just like kind of the go-to person.
Sure.
So I think
So that could
that's
be-
why she was that person in the dream. But also I don't know what she represents. Like as far as like the deeper meaning,
Obviously,
yeah.
your family backs you up in your endeavors. Is I think
For sure.
the easy answer. But
Yeah. Well, thanks for interpreting that. I appreciate it.
Wow. Good job, Ryan.
I think or it just means nothing.
Mm-hmm.
or
It
you
means
or you
nothing.
had some
Yep.
bad chili or something
Yeah.
before bed.
Well, I mean, it was the one of the only times this week that I felt like I slept like really well, but it was such an intense dream. Like I came
'cause
out
you
of
stayed
dream,
in it.
like I was still kind of in it a little bit. You know, like you come out of a dream, you're like,
Yeah.
is it still going on? I can't really tell. It was that vivid. It was crazy.
I haven't dreamed a lot lately, so I'm just I lead people to
Thank you.
something that I can't myself
You are-
obtain.
Have you ever had a
I'm
dream
just a giver.
where the next day or whatever you didn't realize it was a dream? Or like days later
Yes.
you're like, wait,
Yes.
that happened. And they're like,
Nah.
no, it didn't.
Whoa.
Years later, it's
Hold
like,
up.
no, that happened. We rode our bikes all the way to Claremont.
I hate myself. Honestly. Hate myself.
Long bike ride.
I know.
We were all so impressed too. You're
You
telling
said
us
at like
the story.
3 a.m. Just,
I
like,
knew it
biking down
wasn't
the
true
road.
this whole time.
And Kara's
Oh,
like,
really? You knew the whole time?
Oh,
I
you
knew.
knew the whole
Oh,
time.
cool.
I knew.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Thank you.
Brian's on
Yeah.
a different level today, Kara. Don't mess with him.
Two sides of the
Don't
coin,
Don't piss him
Cara.
off. Don't piss him
Two
off.
sides of the coin.
Little update on the Gabby Petito case. I know we talked about it a little bit beforehand.
Teeny tiny update.
But we've been talking about we talked about it last week, and I
Sure.
imagine we'll talk about it more as
as the
and we
case
talked about
goes
that
on.
too. Dog Bounty Hunter is on
I'm the
case.
dog.
By the way,
Dude's a real
how
bounty hunter.
random is that?
By the way, the fact that bounty hunting is still a
It's
thing.
Isn't that
Like,
crazy?
contract killer, would you do that?
Wait, what do you mean? Why wouldn't it be a thing? People are always skipping out on bail.
Yeah, but like,
The fact that
but he's not like an agent of the law. He's just a
it's
dude.
a dude who
And
got
you
a
could-
license
You
to
could
hunt
literally,
people down.
you could literally do that.
I think it's a
right
great
now.
YouTube series.
You could hunt people down.
You hunt people
like an
down,
animal.
You put them under
Like an
citizen's
animal.
arrest.
You know that
Cold
there's
blood.
a YouTube
Shot in the street.
His name is Patty Mayo is the guy, and he is like a bounty hunter guy, and he shoots,
You know.
he shoots the whole thing. Like he has a whole camera crew, and he makes a lot of money. One off of the like bounty hunting, but then also off the YouTube because he gets
But
like
they
million
have to
per.
get it signed. Like whoever they hunt down
Well,
at
it's
the end, they're
literally
like,
like
"Hey,
the
so
old-
I'm doing this thing."
It's
you
because
sign
no,
it."
because they're
they
going
have
to
a-
jail.
They have a warrant,
Yeah,
so that
of
you don't
course.
have to get. You
Oh.
don't. That's the thing about it is you don't have to get their like
have to
sign
get
off
permission.
You
because
don't
everything's
have rights
public.
at that point. Yeah, you gotta.
I mean, you
we gotta come get you.
maybe you do. I don't know.
Nah.
Maybe they do it just in
Getcha.
case. I don't know, but
I mean, you have rights.
I heard that the
It's literally
Guilty
like the
until- or
old
pro-
west.
Oh, innocent
Like-
until proven guilty.
Guilty
Kara's-
until proven
guilty
innocent.
Until proven innocent. Annie's World.
guilty until
Mexico.
proven innocent. Also Mexico.
Guantanamo Bay.
What do you think about Dog being in on this? You think he's overstepping his bounds a little bit?
Nah, he'll
I
find him.
mean, I don't know. Yeah, it kind of seems like a cash grab.
find him.
He'll probably
So
find him.
that's-
That's what's
yeah.
Yep.
so funny about the whole thing.
Didn't I read somewhere that he found like a camp that
Oh, the
was
dog.
suspected that he was there, like some
I've
sort
heard
of
a lot
campsite
of
thing.
like that the police obviously the police aren't going to tell us everything they know.
Yeah.
But I've heard and read a lot of things that say that they basically narrowed it down to a very small area that they truly believe he's at.
I love
and-
Dog Bounty Hunter, man. I
Just
think
get him.
he's
Just
so
roll
cool.
up in there and get
watched-
him,
Maybe the
right?
cops
Like-
called Dog and they're like,
I
"Yeah."
hope that they're rolling like dogs.
I
His
really
show is
hope
rolling when they
there was a
roll up on him.
conversation somewhere in a police station.
You know,
Who's gonna
get
call?
We gotta call the dog.
The
We
dog.
gotta call him.
No, you know he's been in hiding.
you know
He'll
he's
never
the
come
only
back to
one.
work. You
Tell
know
him
he's
I'm
the only one that
retired.
could find
Come on.
the Brian Laundry.
Kicks open the
You know
door
they
of
got,
his
like,
Miami
accents.
mansion. I'm back. Beep, 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 beep.
Dog? He's like, yeah, I'm already here. I've got him. I've got him in my sights. Is that how he talks?
Isn't he
you know,
more,
the
isn't he more
dog.
Texan?
Interesting
I
is
don't
he
know,
can't carry a gun because he's
not licensed,
No,
right?
no. He has like a felony on his record.
Dog the bounty hunter?
Yeah, he went to jail.
No.
That makes
no,
sense.
legit.
Listen,
No,
I
actually,
feel
I
like
believe that.
the only way you could get good at being a bounty hunter is if
by
you
being
if you have
bad.
like
If you were the guy running from the bounty hunter.
if you're like, I know how they think.
Oh my gosh.
I've been in those shoes.
Almost
I
again.
know how they think.
I'm almost positive that
Brian Laundrie.
that's the whole thing. Is he doesn't have like he only carries a taser and I
What a
didn't
loser.
and because he's been
Get
to
a
jail
gun,
or
bro.
something.
Do not make him
He,
mad.
he,
Ryan.
literally- he can't. He literally can't carry a gun. It's
Yeah.
not that he.
What
I
if
feel
he's
like it's
the-
Florida. They don't
I
really
mean,
care.
His son, like all
Yeah.
of his family
He's
that
gotta
are
be the
part
least
of the
Kansas.
Florida's
business.
like you
Yeah,
can't
that's
carry
true.
a gun, but you can carry a 22 because we don't think it's the same thing.
It's true.
From Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll find him. Who knows?
Florida.
Just so weird. When I heard that, I was like, really? And then I saw an interview with him where he was like, well, I lost a daughter that was the same age as Gabby. And
Oh,
so it's
shoot.
personal to me. And I'm like,
Talking about dog.
Oh.
Dog, yeah. This is Dog that does this
Still
interview.
talking about dog?
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, and so, and he's what I do, and I'm like, more power to you, man.
You know.
Dang.
I love that guy.
yeah, like
I love that guy.
I just, like, I'm wrapping my head around the fact that like there's a bounty
next,
office
right? You know what I'm
somewhere.
saying?
Like this is literally like an old west thing. You'd roll into town and like ask the sheriff, like, "Hey, are there any bounties?" Like, yeah, One-Eyed Bart is out there. Go get 20,000
that other
doubloons or whatever. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Doubloons.
I guess.
It just seems like an old timey job.
It's like the real estate of the law enforcement world, right? Because it's like
Cut to a
unless
year
you're
from
getting
now,
like
Ryan
you're
and
counting
I
that.
are
you're
both
catching 'em.
licensed, and we're doing a YouTube channel.
I'm the dog.
We gotta come up with a
Hey,
new
that's already
branding.
taken. Yeah. What would your name be if you were a bounty hunter? What are your bounty hunter alter egos?
Oh.
I would love for you to give me one. That's what I'd like.
Obviously, it's called what the Hitman
What the
cast.
Hitman
What the
cast?
What the bounty
cast?
hunter?
What the bounty cast?
What's the bounty cast?
and
just imagine
what
Ryan
would
and
be
I.
your weapon of choice? Okay, so you can't carry a gun, but what would be your weapon of
For
choice?
that felony you have.
Mine would be a yo-yo. Get him. You know that a yo-yo is like, I'm pretty sure it's like a Chinese like hunting weapon that they turn into a toy. Do you know that?
I did not know that.
No.
History of the yo-yo. Look it up, Cara. Or
I
fact
feel-
checker. Sorry,
I
no,
feel like
Cara.
that-
You
I
keep
feel
doing whatever the heck you're doing over there.
There's
Annie,
no
fact checker.
I'm
way.
looking. I'm
just-
looking.
Just
Don't.
look it up, please.
Okay, Ryan. But I'm also
No.
just gonna say
What?
The first yo-yo crazed
Oh.
seized Americans when several manufacturers patented improvements.
No,
to
no,
the
no,
toy.
no, 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 no. You got to go further than that.
Versions of it originated in ancient Greece or even earlier China,
okay.
but it's a toy.
I'll look up
Thank you.
Chinese yo-yo.
Was yo-yo originally a weapon? It is
Yes.
rumored that it was used as a weapon for hunting game or other land animals. The yo-yo was actually made by the Duncan yo-yo demonstrators in the 1930s. And the yo-yo today is now
What?
considered a weapon to the Duncan brothers, making up of the rumor of it. What? That doesn't.
Okay, here we go.
Didn't make any sense.
Information about the Chinese yo-yo.
Thank you.
Reference to the empty bell, which
Yep.
is I guess what they called it, was first found in
Okay.
the Ming Dynasty
is-
between
Okay.
1386 and 1644 AD. The bamboo or empty bell, commonly known as
Case
today's
closed.
Chinese yo-yo,
fact
was
check
originally
you.
made of two round wooden ends connected in the middle by a horizontal piece of wood.
I'm the dog.
I'm the
Get him in the face. There's Brian Laundrie.
Yeah, by the way, I checked just to be sure. Dog is a convicted felon, and that's why he doesn't carry a firearm.
Dude.
Okay, so what's your weapon of choice? Convicted felon,
So
John.
yo-yo-
I,
It's
oh,
kinda-
I have
kinda-
to be a convicted felon.
Well,
we
you
both
both
are in
are.
this narrative.
Okay. All right.
Mine's a
I'll let it slide.
yo-yo.
the
You
next
gotta pick
question.
something
What
else.
was your felony?
Mine's a. I mean, if we're gonna go
Tax
with a little
evasion.
bit, if we're gonna go a little bit like weird, like
Yeah.
yo-yo, I'll choose boomerang.
Thank
It's like-
you. See something like
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Also, an Australian weapon. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Finally. Also,
Old-timey
an
weapon.
ancient Australian weapon, right?
Yeah.
Did you know they were originally created for hunting?
Not a joke.
Kangaroos.
Not a joke. Look it up. Fact checkers. Annie.
I
Ooh,
believe it more
okay.
about the
Annie, the
boomerang.
boomerang.
Listen,
than
now I'm trying to figure
a
out what kind of
yo-yo.
felonies you guys would have.
Tax evasion.
Messing
Love.
with your friend's Facebook page can be considered a felony.
Nah, that's not
No
real.
way.
I think your felony would be opening
way.
someone else's mail.
Oh,
well,
Mail fraud.
Don't mess with the mail, y'all.
Wow.
Automatic felony.
I think that's super hard to prove because there's
Yes,
also
it is.
an element in that specific felony where if you say you didn't realize, they can't charge
Yeah.
you. If they tell you like, "Oh, I didn't realize," you have to literally go, I opened this mail and I wanted to," and that's how you become a
Listen.
freaking felon for that.
Egging your neighbor's mailbox.
not just a house.
Is a felony?
Vandalism of federal property because it's the mail.
Oh.
Oh gosh.
Because a mailbox isn't
You ever egg
technically
a house
your...
when you were a kid?
You kidding me?
It's
What's
on my
the-
bucket list.
Well,
I didn't do anything.
I think
Our
time's
house
running
has
out
been
on that.
egged.
I'm not gonna lie.
That I'm about to kick the bucket?
No,
Or
I'm
to
saying
egg?
He's gonna
egging
die?
a house.
No, listen.
Because we're gonna run
after-
out of eggs. What do you mean?
Time is running out on that.
Do
There's
you,
no way.
do you know?
You're gonna egg a house?
No, I'm gonna
You're
egg somebody.
23. So
Listen, don't
Time
get on my
is
bad side
running
because it's gonna
out.
be you.
What do you mean? Anybody could egg a house.
No, I just feel like that's not something you would do. Like that's something you would do like either now or younger. you
Listen,
wouldn't
I
do that
already
as an
know.
adult.
I missed. I don't know how you guys feel about this. Maybe
Wait.
you do
You
have a
egged
rest for it.
houses when you were a kid?
No, I never did. But I'm saying
But
like
don't you wish you did?
Did
Don't
you,
you wish
kind
you
of.
did?
did you TP houses?
all the time.
We went TP all the time.
The worst
But
thing
just
that
our
ever
friends,
happened,
not like
Yeah.
random
worst
like
thing that ever
drive-by
happened
eggings.
was I had a friend who they put laundry detergent on their grass.
Ooh, yeah, that's bad.
And every time it rained for like
No way.
joke,
No way,
years,
no way, no way.
Bubbles would like
Oh,
fill their
wow.
grass area.
That's
It
really long
ruined their
term.
grass.
That is long
awesome.
term. Oh, have you
Awesome.
ever been glittered?
No.
That
sounds
my
awful.
house was
that should be a
glittered.
war crime, honestly.
It was glittered. It was forked.
That's the
Yeah.
felony.
and glittered
Now,
in one
forked-
night.
Your
Forked
parents
is
probably
messed up.
pissed, huh?
Oh, they were pissed.
You know what we used to do in ASB? We used to fill the vents with it, glitter. So when you turned your car on,
No.
oh yeah, all the time. That it
That's
never happened to
so
me, but a lot of
bad.
people I know had that
I feel
happen.
like glitter
glittered.
needs to be a
It's-
felony.
yeah, it's too
glitter
much.
in general.
It's
Like
too
Well,
much.
to think
Nobody
about it,
likes that.
It
Who
doesn't,
likes glitter?
It doesn't decompose. It's little
it doesn't. It's
tiny
plastic.
pieces of
It's-
like metal and plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
it's
will
kinda
literally
raw.
never go away.
Yeah.
And yeah, there are wedding dresses
Yikes.
that are covered in glitter, and when I steam them,
Bad
I
call.
just look like some
Idiot.
yeah.
Sparkly.
So I
Some
sparkle head to
idiot.
toe on my
Sparkle
blazer.
Some
idiot.
kind of
idiot.
moron. You ever think about this is gonna sound stupid.
Go ahead.
You know what?
Like the rest
I'm gonna
of this
say it.
hasn't
I'm
sounded
gonna say it
stupid.
anyways. Here I go. You ever think about like nobody teaches you like laws?
That's not
There's
stupid at
actually
all.
a very
Like-
big thing about that.
Like when something's like against the law, like how would you know? It's not like they teach it in school. Like, oh yeah, like you open somebody else's mail, that's you could go to jail for that.
That
They
is
don't
so
teach you that.
interesting.
Well, also, there's been a big thing ever since the Black Lives Matter movement where people have been pointing out that to become a lawyer, which is basically it's your job
Yeah.
to know the laws and how to protect them and what is protected and not, it takes,
8
years
years
of
minimum.
school.
Yep.
But to be a police officer,
Oh,
it's
to
not
enforce
8.
them.
To
Enforce
enforce the law.
And like,
So
how do
you're
you know
like-
what you're enforcing?
Yeah, how
So
are you supposed to know?
You're supposed to know every in
X,
and out
Y,
of the
and
law
Z.
as a police officer.
Right? And
Kind
I
of
feel
an
like as a
interesting-
lawyer, it gets so nitpicky.
oh, yeah.
that's-
Well,
I
you're.
mean-
I think as a lawyer too, you're defending.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
and
defending
you're, like,
elements.
obviously there's
every
different
little
law
thing
and
of
you
the
have
law.
to
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
You can't. I think it's impossible to know all the laws.
I want to see what like the
obviously cops aren't
the
out there
most,
arresting
like-
you for like a technicality in the
Yeah,
law,
yeah.
but
If you're
I
like
see-
speeding or
Yeah,
red light,
right,
you know.
right.
I'm just gonna see like what is the most stupid law.
Well, yeah, and every state has different law. Like I just found out that only in California do you have to disclose if someone's died in a house in the past 3 years. But only in California. Every other state doesn't have to do that.
Yeah, we were talking about.
Yeah, we
Okay.
talked about that. It's
I
like
don't think
weird
this is
things
real.
Like that.
okay.
But the first thing that comes up from madgelaw.com,
That sounds legit.
10 weird California laws.
Madge.
Women are
Tell us
not
the
allowed to
laws.
drive a motor vehicle while wearing a house coat.
Yeah, it's like old laws like that. That
It is
get made
illegal
and they
to
never take
hunt
out.
any game while in a moving vehicle except whaling. Okay, whaling is illegal.
No, like a boat. Like if you were gonna go hunt whales, you could
But
be
you
in a
can't
boat.
whale
Yeah,
anymore.
but whaling is illegal.
No,
We have
sure
a
it
lot
isn't.
of-
Sure it isn't. You could go hunt a whale
It
if
says,
you wanted
however,
to.
whaling is also illegal.
Oh,
And then
Well,
no vehicle.
sure it isn't.
I stand corrected.
Just going out there.
No vehicle without a driver may exceed 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, that sounds. What do you go arrest the
car?
car?
Yeah, I take the car in. That's what I do.
Wait,
That's what dog do.
That's
I'm the dog.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Oh wait, so no, sorry.
Oh, this
My
says,
camera's not on.
This says this
I
law.
guarantee
Of course
it.
it's not.
I
No,
hate-
it's not.
Go to my camera, please. You're under arrest, car.
Okay.
Go to John's
This
camera.
says-
Like a whip.
Can you go to
This
John's
law-
camera,
No,
please?
I already
He's
did.
got to do his thing.
Which might even like.
I want to do
Okay.
the sound effects for movies.
Yeah. You should. Hey, that's a good YouTube video. Do like a Foley one. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
All
So
right,
this
check.
law,
You choose a movie
this
and then
says
make all the noises.
that no frisbees or footballs were allowed to be used
Crocodile
without
Dundee or
lifeguard
something?
permission in LA. But that was
We're
thrown
really
out in
doubling down
2012.
on this weird law thing, huh?
I like that 2012.
Yeah.
They were like, you know what? Lifeguard should have nothing about.
Thinking about washing your neighbor's car in LA, it's illegal to do so without their permission.
Washing your neighbor's car without. You know what? And all of these were made law. It's not like they were like sitting around going, "What should be a law?"
It's
like
something happened.
it's a specific case, and it like sets a precedent. You know, it's like,
Well-
oh, okay.
If you own any, this isn't here, but this is in Georgia. If you own any chickens in Quitman, Georgia, it's illegal to let them cross the road.
Okay, that
what
was just
is-
somebody trying to be funny, like for the
Totally.
bit, you
But
know.
there's like a lot of really
Somebody,
obscure.
a brand new mayor.
In California, it is forbidden to spit on the ground within 5 feet of another person.
What does forbidden mean? Is that
Does that mean
It's
against
in
law or
law, against
it's
the law.
forbidden.
It's a little intense, huh?
That's so
Well,
weird.
there's like there
That
was
was
a
a law
comedian.
set by Dumbledore.
You must not spit on the ground.
Under
Mr.
California
Potter.
state law, it's illegal to peel an orange in a hotel room.
I feel like now we're getting
Okay.
now the you
What is
know,
it? This is on
What?
jokelaws.com. That's
right.
That's really weird.
But there
kinda
was a YouTube creator who did in England. He went to England and broke as many obscure laws in England, and it's like you cannot wear a suit of armor in front of Buckingham Palace.
Oh, I've
and-
seen
And he
seen
did it.
that.
They
Well,
I've
shoot
seen
him.
that.
so he basically is like, how many laws can I break that no one's gonna even realize it's
Yeah.
a stupid law? You can't carry a trout in public, and you can't. There's all these things that are from because Britain's it's a much older country than we are,
Yep.
or from like ancient times practically, and they just didn't purge them. They're not gonna be like, we need to scratch that, get rid of the trout law.
Imagine having like a 300-year-old country, right? And then being like, yeah, we got this. We're good. Like we're, in terms of like countries,
Keep going on this. Keep going.
in terms of like countries that have like had a government in
Yeah.
place, we're like, nah, we're good. We got this.
We got it.
We're
Literally.
pretty close to 300.
We haven't even hit 300 years yet as a country officially.
We're like around like 250-ish.
England's been around for like thousands of years.
Yeah.
Doing it,
They
yeah.
can track Homegirl's lineage back.
Homegirl.
You know what I'm talking about.
See, that kinda
The
freaks
queen-
me out.
The queen, they can track her lineage back. I mean, her family trees.
It's crazy.
Straight up, but
Hey, we gotta understand where that's going. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, that kind of freaks
You know
me
what I
out.
mean?
The idea
I mean-
that like her. Well, that's what they were saying when Prince Harry went to Hamilton.
Yeah.
They were like, I
It's
guess the
about
guy
you.
who played like King. What's his
you.
name? King
George.
King
George. Yeah, he's like the guy who plays King George. Is like it's weird. He's like because I saw Prince like Harry in the audience, and he's like, and then I'm playing like his great grandfather.
Yep.
Like no
I mean,
joke.
it's more greats than that. I
What's
think,
Well,
but-
more,
What's
whatever
weird is
it is.
I
Yeah,
believe
whatever
it's
it is.
Queen Victoria in England, who literally just set up all her kids to marry. She basically made sure that all of her kids ruled over everywhere. And I'm like, this girl was like, talk about a life plan. She's like, I'm gonna have all these kids. What are they gonna do? They're gonna rule the world. Yeah,
Yep.
literally. Like,
But
Well,
not the
what are
U.S.
you doing?
It's interesting too because like the queen
That's heavy.
isn't like really the queen anymore. Like there's an
No, I
actual
know.
government,
Well,
Yeah.
they've, like,
Parliament, right?
they've talked
but
about
she
getting
still
rid of it.
owns like all of
The tax dollars go to her.
Yeah, because she
They
she
are
technically
paying
owns all
her.
the
but
land.
only technically, right? I mean,
Yeah, they pay
what does
her
that
like
even
$400
mean?
million
It's not like she
something
could.
like that
I
a
still
year or
find it
whatever.
so weird that like her own family, like her, all the way to like grandson, granddaughter, they all have to bow to her. It's
Yeah.
so
yeah.
weird.
Well, because they literally
So
believe that. I mean, you watched The Crown with us, right? Have you guys watched The Crown?
Yeah.
I've watched a little bit.
They literally believe that, like, the monarch was. Now I don't know how. I mean, I think it's more tradition these days, but they literally did believe traditionally that God chose the king. Like,
Yeah, that
you are
it was-
chosen by God. Like, you are almost
Like the
a
King
holy.
of England was equal
Yeah.
to the Pope.
I
That,
still like
God
thinking
appointed
about
that.
it,
100%.
like bowing to my grandma.
Yeah,
You don't bow to your grandma?
No,
I do.
Maybe we should.
I bow
huh?
to your grandma.
Yeah, I know you do.
Your Majesty.
Wait, are you on my camera?
Is that a Dumbledore voice?
Again,
Your
Cara, please.
Majesty.
Yeah, I don't know.
You want to hear my Dumbledore voice?
It's good.
Potter.
It's
What's the whispering today, man?
He always
a lot.
kind of talks like this.
And then that's like in the first 2 movies, and then his voice changed when the actor changed, and then
I
it
was
was
gonna
more
say.
like this.
Yeah.
No, that sounds like Snape.
No, he talked like kind of like this. Snape is more like
That sounds exactly the same.
I heard the difference. It's okay, Ryan.
Split the difference.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take a bow. Take a bow.
You want to hear controversial things that are going on in the news these days?
Oh,
Yes.
There's a story I want you, and I'm interested to hear your take on it. So, I don't know where it is exactly. I'll be honest, but it probably is better. Like, don't look it up. It's not worth it.
I'll
But
just
So
get the
somewhere in the
fact-checking
world,
ready.
this is happening. Thank you.
there was
Andy.
2 police officers that recognized a gentleman who had a warrant out for his arrest. So they pull the car over and they try and stop him. He starts running from the police officers. He runs into the street and a car hits him, kills him
gosh.
instantly.
oh gosh.
Now, from what we're saying, is that a lot of people are calling for those police officers to be fired and prosecuted for his death because they say they play a role in the way that he died.
No, because he
Southeast
chose
Friendzone.
he
Oh, it is. There
chose
you
to
go.
run away.
So why aren't they suing? Why don't they want the car to be taken justice?
Well, because
Like,
he
They think because the only reason he started running was because the police officers intimidated him to some degree.
no, because if you have a
if
warrant
you
out
have
and
a
you get
warrant out
found,
and you run.
yeah, you're at fault.
See, it's sad because stories like this muddy up like the narrative, basically. Like,
Oh, okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like police brutality maybe does exist,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, to some degree, yeah.
To some degree. And then you get a story like this where people go, see, like, they'll go after police for anything. It's like, okay, obviously, like, they're not apples to oranges.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's in the news maybe because somebody went, yeah, see, like,
Yeah, I think
You know what I mean?
The fear. I'm not even. I agree with what you're saying.
Just in general, that's my
Yes.
initial thought is when I hear a story like that, I go, okay, well, like one might try to keep their information straight when it comes to like policing on a broad scale.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
I think this is obviously a joke kind of a thing. Like, yeah, no, why would we hold the police officer accountable
Yeah.
for that? Like,
They were doing their job, arresting someone who had a warrant.
Yeah.
You know?
You read up on the story. Is that correct? Did I?
What
accurately
I
portray it?
read was that they tried to pull him over, and then when they got to the car, he had ran, and then he died hitting his head on a fire hydrant, like falling while running away.
Shoot.
Same precedent. I mean, running
Wait,
away,
so they
right?
when
Yeah,
they
running
got
away, yeah.
he had already started running
he
before
pulled
they
over the
even
car.
got to his
He
car.
got out of the car because he probably knew that he had warrants
Well,
out for
so
his
he had a
arrest.
shotgun. So he had 2 no bail warrants,
Oh
and
my
then had a loaded
gosh.
shotgun
Jeez.
in his shotgun seat.
The guy was just really
Shotgun
right.
in the
And so he
shotgun,
knew
they call it.
when he got
Shotgun
pulled
in the
over
shotgun.
that there was just like they would
So-
run him and he would be totally arrested.
Wow.
And so he tried
Why
to
didn't he
flee,
shoot
and
him?
then he. At that point,
I'd go down with a fight if I was
No,
that guy.
because a
right?
giant
I mean,
shotgun, you don't have time for that.
I really think
Probably.
so. I
You don't
really,
have time for it.
he's like,
I don't know. I really
at
think
that point, the yo-yo's already going.
The
Isn't that
yo-yo's
crazy?
going, the boomerang's already taking out
isn't
one of the
that
cops.
crazy that people like. I think he believes he could have like ran away and escaped.
Well, what else do you have at that point? I mean,
You have to try.
it's the fight or flight thing.
You're trying, yeah. You're just trying to
I'm glad he
survive
didn't
under the
choose
radar.
fight.
and he just failed.
But then you say, oh, how could you possibly just run away and not be found? Look at that Brian guy. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
he kind of did.
Brian
it,
Laundrie,
right?
he's
it's
on
true.
the on the lamb.
What's his face?
Not
Ted-
for long. Not with
Not-
dog
Get
on the
him. Hey,
case.
not with dog.
Ted
Dog.
Bundy escaped prison like 3 times.
Yeah, that to me is
Like, literally just
crazy.
Escaped.
Escaping
Yeah.
prison.
And then, like, barely got caught later on. There's one time where he kind of turned himself in.
I mean, he was just so charming. He was
The
just
guy was just so charming.
so charming.
when you look like Zac Efron. I mean,
Hey, what would you say?
He
you know?
wishes.
I wanted to see that movie. I never saw it.
I watched
Wow.
that. I
See
didn't
it.
watch the Ted Bundy Files, but I watched the movie with Zac Efron.
Is that
He
the
was pretty good.
realist?
Yeah, it
not
was
the realistic. The documentary
The
one.
documentary, and the
Yeah.
same director did both of them at the same time.
It's a
Oh,
money
shoot.
grab.
So
It's
he
a
just,
cash
like-
grab
What
if
a
I've ever seen
psycho!
it.
Yeah, for real.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I like that kind of stuff.
I felt
I was
bad
gonna say
'cause
people like that. I like that kind of
You
stuff.
like taking us?
I was watching it,
Psycho
and then
Ted Bundy.
I
Yeah.
gave
Yeah.
away
You
like Ted
what I
Bundy?
didn't realize would be the like big twist at the end.
Mm-hmm.
About 5 minutes into everyone I was watching it.
You're like, okay, we
like-
can turn this off.
'Cause I didn't.
Okay, spoilers for this show. What's the
Well,
big twist?
what's the big
So
twist?
the big twist is his girlfriend
Yeah.
at the time, his like long time girlfriend,
He, like,
turned him
eats
into
her,
the
right?
cop.
Yeah.
She called him in.
Oh yeah,
'cause
I
it was
feel like I knew that.
He
I
was
didn't
using
know
his
that.
real name, so they knew his name was
Yeah.
Ted, and then it had like the same color car, and she's like, "This kind of sounds
They-
like my boyfriend Ted." And so
Oh,
like 5 seconds
gosh.
in, I go,
Could you
"What's
imagine?
crazy is his girlfriend turns it in," and they like the whole movie
You
they're
didn't-
not
they're
going
like,
through it.
you
They're
didn't
not going through it,
think-
and I was like, maybe she didn't. Last like 5 minutes of the movie,
that
it's,
was the
it's a
big twist.
flashback of like it's like her and her boyfriend in the future after the trial or while the trial's going on, and he's like, "Why are you so obsessed with it? Like, what? It's like you weren't a part of this." And then she has all this guilt because
She
like
actually
flashbacks,
did.
and she did. She turned him in,
What
and
would
she's
you
like, "I
do
could have
if-
done it sooner."
If you're seeing a news like they're trying to find this crazy killer, and they start like describing someone you know.
Kara, I'd turn her in.
No, you wouldn't. You really would?
Depends on what it was.
Depends on who she killed.
Depends
Yeah.
on who. Well,
What's
for
the
you,
felony?
Kara.
If it was like, oh yeah, we're on the hunt, like
This girl
Cara
egged
Philly,
a mailbox.
like egged a mailbox, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. But if it was like, oh yeah, murdered her entire family and is on the run because she like ate the dog or something, I'd be like, yeah,
Okay.
okay, you need to
At
go
least
to
she didn't
jail.
eat the family.
No, but at this point,
What? You wouldn't
I'm
stick
talking
with
about,
me, Bonnie and Clyde?
No,
Come
If you
on.
murdered your whole family and ate your dog,
Right, right.
You were
I'm
next,
talking
man.
about like nobody knows who this person is. There's still a
oh,
mystery.
if they're like, we're looking for
like, they
somebody
know
named
who she
Mara
is,
Millie.
You know what I'm saying?
Or like,
And I'm like, that kinda sounds like-
here's the sketch artist sketch
Yeah.
of this.
She's got a
this
black
convicted
t-shirt.
serial killer.
She's got a green pants,
She thinks
checkerboard
of it.
shoes.
Oh, we really
Brown
done.
The
hair.
year, the year was
Yeah, I was
1920,
gonna say, what year is it?
and the radio was just
Amazing.
invented. Yeah. Whatever. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. If it was like you did like a cool crime, I wouldn't turn you in.
Okay.
Well,
Like, what's cool, crime?
If you
What's a
killed
cool
somebody,
crime?
I'd probably depends.
Come on,
If
Bonnie
you
and
were a
Clyde.
psycho killer, I would. If you were doing it for money,
What-
that's fine.
So fun
Keep an eye
fact.
on you guys. I'm gonna keep
I
an eye on
helped-
you
Saying,
for a while.
oh, like yeah, you'd turn in Jordan. Oh yeah,
I don't know.
There's no way. There's
freaking cop.
I wouldn't
would
turn in
never.
Jordan.
He would.
No, I wouldn't.
He would.
he would
I
never.
honestly would.
Cop.
He would take the. It was me. It was me.
I
There's
wouldn't
no
do
way
it.
it was you, John.
Oh
it was,
my
It
gosh.
was me.
Really?
But-
John, you were.
Making me sound lame. I don't know.
Jordan, don't move on without me. And she's like, sorry,
Jordan's
I've
like-
got photos booked.
Also, I have another boyfriend now.
You're like, I still
She's
love
like,
you,
John,
baby.
you're gonna have
Wow.
to take the fall for this. I have photos at 5.
Think of the clients. Well, it's October 1st, so I would like to know what fall activity you guys are excited to do now that it's, fall.
Today being Friday, October
Today's
1st.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm keeping up with the mystery. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? October 1st. And
We've
also, if
talked
you're
about how we
watching.
record on Tuesdays all the time.
I know, but I'm just
But that's
saying,
fine.
if you're watching, it's October 1st. And leave in the comments what you're excited to do, but I want to know what you guys are excited to do in spooky season.
Well, Ryan wants to go apple picking in Julian.
I want to go to Julian. I haven't been
haven't
apple
been.
picking.
That's so sweet.
So
That's so incredibly sensitive of you.
And then I want to. Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
I want to pick apples.
You think dog the bounty hunter's out there
I'm
picking
the
apples?
dog. He's shooting them. Oh, sorry. He's
doesn't wanna pick
tasing the
them.
apples.
yeah, he's gonna yo-yo them
Tasting
down.
the apples.
You know how many apples you can cut down with a boomerang?
I want you guys at some point
Go
for
ahead.
Halloween to dress up as your bounty hunter alter egos.
Wait a
Done.
minute. Done and done.
What if I told you this is what we wear? Whoa.
This is exactly
You can
what
never
we
see
wear.
us coming. Hey, what are those two podcasters doing?
You know who does a great? I
Forget
think
the yo-yo. Ryan uses his headphones.
yeah, those giant hair.
Yeah, that's right.
You know who does a really good impression of Dog the Bounty Hunter? Jason Nash. He does one of Dog the
Oh,
Bounty
yeah,
Hunter.
he
He's so funny when he
Is that
does
when you
it.
guys were hanging out?
No,
Yeah, yeah.
it's on the
They're good
vlogs,
friends.
but yeah, it was.
The vlogs.
Yeah,
It's on the vlogs.
It's on the vlogs.
Yeah, the vlogs. But
So that's a fall activity. Just Julian.
Kara
Right,
bringing it back.
right.
Come on.
Care bringing it
Bring it
back.
I
back.
am
Okay.
really excited for Oktoberfest
I just went.
in La Mesa. Did you go?
I
this
went to
past
the one
weekend?
in El Cajon. Now let me tell you this.
Yeah, La Mesa.
No.
Nope. Whoa. No.
Wait, on Main Street? El
Nope.
Cajon?
It
No.
was. It
what
was.
El Cajon?
It's some child's school,
Okay.
some elementary school that they turned into
All right.
Oktoberfest. And it was interesting.
Yeah.
Definitely most fedoras I've seen in one place.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Ever.
Typical.
I don't know what
It-
that's supposed to mean.
So is it? I
They
Kids
would
like
wear
fedoras?
fedoras because like they're like, oh, it's German. It's like
Right.
wouldn't
not
call
that
that.
one.
I wouldn't call that an
Lederhosen.
Oktoberfest.
no. So that was my thing. I was like, I liked it. I want to do better.
The one in
I
La
wanna do
Mesa
better.
The
is
one in La
really
Mesa's
great.
awesome.
That's what I hear.
The
I
big
hear that's
like
like
closed off streets, and
the
there's a
big
beer
one.
garden.
Yep.
And that's
And I was in OB the other day, and I saw that they have one coming up too. And I
we
was
do.
like,
That one's pretty fun too.
I'd be
La
down for
Mesa's
that.
opens next Friday, and then I think OB's is more towards the
It's
middle
just the
end.
it's
It's like
just
the 9th and the 8th.
It's
It's
the
like
one
one-
weekend. It's the
yeah.
8th and the 9th.
Oh, 8th and the 9th. This one is next weekend and the weekend after that.
I thought it goes the whole month.
No.
Dun,
Well,
dun,
you're an
dun.
OB and you didn't come say hi. Cool.
I was trying to listen.
Low
I-
key
That's
OB.
upsetting.
My fall activity will be to finish homework. That's exciting. That's every year, every activity.
Come on.
Cool.
John doesn't believe I do any homework ever,
Well,
and he'd be kind
Low
of true
key
about
didn't
that.
know you were in school.
Yeah,
there you
Like
go.
super
There you
low key.
go.
Didn't know that.
didn't even know.
Yeah.
Well, so
Well, lots of people don't think
I
that.
went to go do homework, and I was like, I'll go to OB Beans. So I drove down there, and then I was like, no, I want to go to Bird Rock Coffee Roasters. Then I drove there, and then I was like, forget that. I'm just gonna go to the living room, La Jolla. I basically took a little driving tour
Wow,
through
yeah.
all of
Tour
San
of the
Diego,
beach.
and then I realized I didn't even have my wallet, so then I went home.
Those
Yeah,
are
well,
three of my favorite spots. Let me tell you.
Right?
And didn't get the invite.
Went to
so
the
that's weird.
went to the street fair with you
Weird,
last
what?
week.
That's right.
OB Street Fair is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, farmers
That's right.
market.
Every Wednesday, the farmers market.
Oh,
Would you
it's a
guys
farmer's market. Sorry, I'm calling it street
go
fair.
to like a haunted trails esque. I think that'd be an
Love.
actual
Yes.
fall
I
activity.
think it'd
Yes.
be fun.
That or the haunted hotel. I feel like we
Yes.
always did haunted
I-
trails because I was too afraid of haunted
I'm
hotel.
so bad at haunted trails.
We,
I'll do it now.
Me and my group of friends in high school, we went to a haunted hotel every single year.
I was there once.
You were
I
there
was
one time.
Got the invite once.
One time.
Interesting. Then we started dating.
Interesting.
Yep. I went to haunted trails for the first time, not last year, but the year before. 'cause
Which
last
one
year
What's
do
your
you think was
reaction
scarier?
to a thing like haunted trails? Is it like you laugh? Do you actually get
Oh,
I
scared?
have to. I just have to nervously laugh.
Haunted trails
Yeah.
wasn't because I was expecting like haunted hotel. Haunted
Yeah.
trails wasn't bad.
By the way, have you heard about that extreme haunted house
Where they
experience?
take you?
Where they like literally this guy tortures you for like 24 hours. What was it called?
What? But like they can
Yes.
separate you and put you in coffins and
Yeah,
heard-
yeah,
I've heard
that
it.
too.
Was it in Virginia or something?
bro, I don't know.
Oh god!
I've seen those where you literally
Thank
have to
you.
No, I
sign
have
a
to
waiver.
show you this. Yeah, this
Ryan would
guy
just be
makes
in
you.
a room of dolls.
By the way, this is it's a slightly different thing than what you're talking about. I've definitely seen what you're talking about though. They like put you in coffins, the whole thing, right?
Oh my God.
But the one that I'm
this
talking
is
about
a different one.
is
This is a different torture
it's this
where
experience.
they
guy.
kill you.
It's this guy, and he offers money if you can survive. Not survive, but like if you can get through the 24 hours without giving up.
What?
And he does like this insane. I have to show you videos. It's
No,
No.
no, thank you.
No, I will.
Wait,
I will.
so what does that mean? That means he's getting pleasure out of it.
You're like
Oh, if
paying-
you can get through
So-
this
But I
whole
guess it's
thing,
kinda
I'll
like
pay
an
you.
escape room.
What?
You,
It's like a
heck?
really
it's called
intense escape room.
McCammy's Manor.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
And you are on a waiting list. He'll like call you when your time is to come.
When your
you
time has
fly
come.
out.
When your time's coming,
No, and if
call
you,
it's
like
your
the Grim
turn.
Reaper.
it's
That sounds
This is it.
terrible.
Yeah.
That sounds like
Ryan,
Oh,
an
someone
actual
came
hell.
out.
it's a 40-page waiver.
Someone came out that they like had to eat a bunch of weird things that had blood poured on them and
That
like
sounds like
No, that's
Oh,
actually.
it's in
hell.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
All right.
They do screenings it's like a whole thing. And if you like like get through a certain amount of hours, you get he'll pay you, but no one's ever done
Dang.
it.
They've
no one's done it or no one's gone through it.
No one's ever gotten through it.
24 hours. You guys, out of everyone in
Yeah,
the
no,
world, should know
thank you.
24 hours is a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not 25 hours.
That
Probably is at the
sounds.
end.
What if Hey,
oh yeah,
John,
it's a $20,000 prize.
hey, this year for Halloween, I signed you up.
No.
Oh God.
And you're going next week.
Flying to Tennessee.
It's
It
like
literally,
it's
when
like
you see some of these
telling people
videos,
to
literally
Disney.
sounds like hell.
Also, he live streams the whole thing. And
That
so,
sounds even creepier.
And so like you could
Like Hunger Games.
you
know
could
what?
also pay to
I don't like
watch like somebody go through it.
No,
That's part
that's
of
someone's
it.
weird fetish.
That's what I'm saying. This is.
we don't kink shame here, Cara.
You know
We've
what? I'm
talked
kink
about
shaming this guy. That is.
Yep.
You have to see some of the
that is
videos 'cause
multiple
I-
levels of
It
he's
does
getting pleasure
not
out of this.
Sound
It's too tortury.
even remotely like
So does
something
he
I would
hurt
do.
you? Like, does he poke
No,
you with
but he'll
sharp
like
things?
he'll like
Like, what do you mean torture?
I no,
What do you mean he
you're not
tortures
okay, you're
you?
not physically
That's
hurt.
his-
He doesn't
that's
physically
his
hurt
fear.
you.
That's the
I'm
whole
trying to get to the
25
bottom of
hours
this.
Just
Is
poke, poke.
dude?
He doesn't. I'll show
Look,
you a video.
look,
He doesn't physically.
You've
hurt
seen
you.
the MythBusters episode where they do the water torture. Have you
Ew,
seen that?
what?
No, I haven't.
What?
Okay, so there's this like it again another ancient Chinese thing where they would this wasn't
yo-yo and then also
that's
water
right.
torture.
No, they would to torture like war prisoners in China. They would strap them down. This was like ancient China. They would strap them down to a board, like chain your
and
hands or
stretch
whatever.
them.
No.
No,
Right?
Cara.
She's
Yes.
thinking of
Okay,
the.
tell me.
She's thinking of the Princess Bride.
Go ahead. Let him
not
finish.
Princess
No,
That's
when
right.
they like connect you and then they crank and it stretches
Really,
your
that's what you
limbs
think
out.
water
and-
torture is?
Oh,
Oh,
I missed that
there
part.
it was.
Anyways.
Got her.
I
Got her.
missed the water torture.
There it was.
Come on.
And they would like it's basically like a leaky faucet
Oh, it's
is right above their
slowly-
head, and every like 5 seconds like drop of water.
Oh, that's
and
so
it would,
annoying.
It would makes people go insane.
Yeah.
It makes you literally lose your mind. And they tested it on MythBusters, and the girl MythBuster Carrie whatever,
Yeah.
she burst into tears.
Ugh,
She was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to stop. I need to
that's
stop.
annoying
They
because
like
then it's like
Yeah.
You
it's
wanna
like-
wipe
no,
it
it
away.
literally was like she said it was like retching her whole body. Like she was
Ugh.
like, I couldn't stand it anymore.
Who figures that out? You know what I'm saying?
This dude,
Crazy.
McCamey or whatever his name was.
okay.
Like, I don't know. There's something messed up about
Yeah,
him
yeah.
already.
1,000%.
He's gonna give you money to be tortured by him so that he can
But
stream
is
it
that
on
not,
the internet.
Is that not kind of what all horror movies are?
What do you mean?
Is you sign up, you pay $12 or whatever, they pay $200 million to make some intense, horrifying movie with your
I mean,
worst
some of these people
nightmares,
are,
Yeah,
and
but
are
you wanna sit
junkies.
But
there
this
for
is
they're
like
running out
real
stuff.
This
real
is like
people.
you go into a movie theater and we're gonna show you a horror movie that is
A
like
snuff.
tuned
It's a
to
snuff.
you.
Yeah.
Yes, and also
all
yeah.
your biggest fears.
And then at the end we're gonna pay you.
Yeah, well, wasn't that a thing with the Haunted Hotel when it first came out? Was like, if you made
Yeah,
it
you
to
got
the
it.
top
I gotta show you
level,
this video.
got
We won't show it
prize or
on the
something.
Yeah,
podcast.
God.
I don't
But
know.
yeah,
What's he
So
doing?
you physically, you can't. You're not
Flicking 'em.
You're not like physically hurting them. It's
Poking 'em
all.
with sharp
It's all. It's all
objects.
like
Mental.
mental torture.
Oh,
but it's
that's
like,
even worse. No,
it's rough. Like
okay, kink shamed. Done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Consider his kink
shamed. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
But
Jeez.
jeez. All that to say, we will be doing haunted trails probably.
Yes.
All of us.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Wait,
I
that'd
can't
be
wait.
fun.
A video to.
The
Any
last
other,
time
uh,
I was there, I punched a guy. One of
No,
the
you
actors.
didn't.
You
No,
did.
you
You did
didn't.
say that.
It was like
punched
dark.
someone?
It was like dark corner, right, in all black, and you're walking out the door, and he just like jumps in front of you, and my instinct was just
You're
Punched him.
You're a fight, really? Not a fight.
yeah. Well, when you jump, less than a foot in front of
Oh,
me,
yeah.
what am I gonna do? We need space between
Yeah,
us.
something's got to
My
give,
fist
and it's
will-
not
will
going to be
get
me.
there.
At least
Yeah.
a fist, distance.
I was just like, and I apologized, and then you have to keep going because
Yeah,
they're
you
like
have
ushering
to
you
keep
through.
going.
Sorry.
They
And
know. I
It's
mean,
fine.
they know
at
what
it,
they're getting
like,
into,
right when
right?
we walked out, you heard the other actor in the room go, "Dude, are you okay?" Because he even went, "Oh."
Oh,
They must get that all the time,
for
though.
Sure.
I'm sure they're wearing
It's probably
padding
worse. I can't imagine. They probably have
in the
gotten much
face
worse.
and stuff.
I have
Oh,
a friend
yeah.
who did what is it called at Universal Studios?
Oh, Halloween Horror Nights.
Yes, she
I
does Halloween
really
Horror
want to do that
Nights.
one.
And she posted that literally like 30% of her shifts, someone would punch her or slap her.
Oh yeah.
1 out of every 3 people.
That's kind of.
that how that
That
is?
does not
30%.
sound. They,
I
I,
know.
they,
Honestly,
they don't
maybe.
get paid enough for that.
No,
way.
no.
But it looks pretty good on a resume.
I want to go
Yep.
to. We should go to Halloween Horror Nights
We
because
should. We
should.
there's like all the different themed ones. There's
Yeah,
like a
there's different
an
trails.
It, like the movie It. There's like a trail for that. There's like a Stranger Things one. There's like all these
So-
different.
Well, they change them every year, so who
I
knows
have
what
I know,
a
this year's
but-
is.
friend who he had like YouTube dedicated to Halloween Horror Nights, like because it is its own thing.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah.
Halloween
Mm-hmm.
Horror Nights fans, and he just flew Orlando, Florida, to go to theirs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
and
committed. So
he's
it's for the
committed.
series.
Oh,
I
that's the
imagine,
guy.
right?
He's
Oh, no,
done
he's
it
the guy.
every
He's the
single
guy.
year. Well, he stopped when he went to college. He stopped his YouTube series. But I was with him just at
Drat.
Universal one time, and someone was like, "Hey man, I love your videos, this and that." And
Oh, really?
And he didn't tell us that he had a YouTube
Wow.
channel. And I was like, "That's so funny, Blake, that someone just thought you were someone else." And he's like,
No, I'm the guy.
That's me.
I actually need to tell you guys. And I
That's
was
so
like,
funny.
what? And he goes, yeah, it got pretty big for a while, but I stopped it when I went to college because, like, obviously I couldn't just go to
Yeah.
Universal all the time. And
Oh
I
my
was like,
gosh.
I love that.
Or you
What?
could,
No,
bro.
the
you
whole
could.
time he's just like playing it cool. He's like, yeah, no.
That's
He's
so
like,
cool.
Oh, I
Someone
forgot
came
to
up
tell
to it,
you,
and I
I'm
was like-
blowing up on YouTube, but
right?
no
I
big
was
deal.
like, what?
You guys would know if I blew up.
I'm really excited. I want to talk more about scary things and Halloween
And, hey,
stuff.
next
For the
4
whole,
weeks.
Hey,
Spooky, scary skeletons. Something, something, something.
Oh,
Hey.
nice. All right.
Ryan and
Wow, we have a-
John react.
I'm really trying to do the switcher.
Here, let me sit. I'll do it.
Ryan and John react to things. Watching TikToks, yeah. Ryan and John react to things. And he checks the facts. Ryan and John react to things. Cara switches the video.
Yes.
That was good.
Oh wait, no, it didn't
Hey.
change.
That was
It went back.
All right, come on.
What
Let's
a vibe.
do this thing, people. Come on, get
We're
it going.
trying. Please switch to different video source. Nope.
It's on too.
Is the TV not in it?
Whoops.
Nothing's changed. Not there?
No. Well, today might not be a TikTok day. Wow.
Is the switcher not working?
No.
You can't manually do
I
it.
changed it. It's not going. It's on 2, which 2 is the. Oh no, 2 is the couch cam. 1 is Apple.
There you go.
It's not changing.
I see it. It's right there.
No video available.
Oh no. Are you airplaying?
Yeah. Wow, that was a drastic
Oh,
cut.
yeah, really.
Really
I can see me seeing it.
Well, I had good TikToks, but you know.
I guess next time.
Try it again.
It's fine. I was like, we can't end on that note.
Ryan and John don't react.
Oh.
Bum,
Mer.
bum.
Something is strange.
Nope.
It's Chris.
Did the
alligator.
Apple TV get unplugged?
No, it's been the same for the last couple of weeks. I haven't tried to change anything. Might have burnt out.
Well,
That
Wow.
stinks. We'll save them for
I
next
feel
week.
like maybe that
True.
calls, for one last pod deck or something. We gotta end with something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. This episode's pretty long.
Oh, it is.
Switch it back to couch cam, please.
Couch cam. Then maybe.
Couch cam.
Well, look.
Hey.
I mean, you guys got any jokes?
No, I think you do though. You got a spooky
got it.
joke to?
About a
Yeah.
skeleton.
Spooky
Oh,
joke?
I
Oh,
Go ahead, Annie.
yeah. We wouldn't dare take that away from you.
I'm trying to remember the setup.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Why was the street light shy?
Why?
Because it didn't want everyone looking at it as it changed in the street.
Okay.
I got that from a Laffy Taffy.
Oh my gosh.
That much is
No.
clear.
What did the shy streetlight say? Don't look, I'm changing.
No,
Okay.
it was different.
No,
it was
okay.
different.
That's-
But that
No,
is
what it
better.
is. Saved it.
That's better. I'll give you that.
Where do I'm just looked
What?
up a bunch.
Oh, jeez.
Where do ghosts like to trick or treat?
Who knows?
Haunted houses?
Dead
Graveyard?
ends.
Oh.
What do baby ghosts wear on Halloween?
Little tiny costumes.
Pillowcases.
Oh,
Oh, that's cute.
As opposed to what?
I don't know.
Sheets.
sheets.
Like ghosties.
What do you get when you cross a vampire and a snowman?
A cold.
Snow-
Frostbite.
That's a good one.
Never gets old.
Why didn't
Wow.
the skeleton
Still does.
cross the road? He had no guts.
There you go.
Why are ghosts so bad at lying?
Why?
Because you can see right through them.
Wow.
All right.
Well, I'm excited to see everyone's costumes next week.
Spooky season starts next week for us. Which
Dang.
couldn't come at a better time because it's a busy week.
True.
Spooky.
We'll see you next time on What the Podcast.
No.
That was it. That was the ending.
No. Do your normal.
Okay,
right.
fine.
Come on.
Next week we'll start that.
We'll see you next. All right. Form your own opinions. We'll see you next time on
What the Podcast?